So many network marketers fall in love with a health and wellness product, and then they realize that there's an incredible opportunity to build the lifestyle and income of their dreams. But what happens when you get started and you run out of friends and family to talk to, and what you're doing on social media just isn't quite getting you where you want to be? Well, the truth is it's probably not your fault. It just takes a little marketing know-how that you may not be getting from anywhere else. So on this podcast, I'm sharing with you the secrets that I've been able to learn from all of my top earner friends and mentors. I'm pulling back the curtain on exactly what it takes to get people excited about the wellness products that you have to offer, to help people improve their lives, and to get you to the rank that you want to be at. My name is Soraya Goddard, and this is Secrets to Marketing Your Wellness MLM. Hello everyone, it is Soraya here. I'm really excited for this episode because you guys have been asking me questions about this topic relentlessly, and I haven't had a chance until right now to really kind of sit down and formulate some thoughts and make some notes and do a little episode for you on the DM. The DM, yes. It is all about the DM, like the song goes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. But yes, there's a song and many more memes all about how direct messaging on Instagram is really where it's at. And I want to talk to you today about why it's a big deal, how to use it in your business, how I use the DM to grow my business pretty much exclusively now, how DMing is different than Facebook, how the things you do on Facebook don't translate to the DM and vice versa. And I think that you guys will come away with a lot of usable knowledge. So a lot of you, by the way, DM me. So I know some of you guys are well-versed in the DM. Two quick stories. So I did a training with Ray Higdon. I was featured on a course that he sold called The Wonder Women of Instagram. And many of you guys who are podcast listeners grabbed that course from him, which is so cool. It featured me and another girl named Maddie, and then Marina Simone, who I love. Shout out to Marina. And the three of us gave different takes, just like advice on using Instagram to build your business. And so one of the things that I recommended to everyone who bought that course was to get comfortable in the DM. And so just randomly, as we were recording it wasn't like scripted or anything. It was just kind of off the cuff, an interview that we did. At the end, I was like, hey, after you watch this course, and if you've never DM'd anyone, or even if you have, I want you to go ahead and send me a DM and tell me if you enjoyed this training. And oh my Lord, you guys are incredible. So some of you are listening. I have received, 30 to 40 DMs a day from those of you guys who just went through that course, not counting the DMs that I already got, which is amazing. But it's like, be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. Here I am. I'm like, oh my God, now I can't keep up. It's a good problem to have. Anyways, the DM is amazing. So my next quick story is about how direct messaging and DMs have grown my business. So I will tell you, I used to be absolutely terrified of direct messaging on Instagram. And I thought that Instagram worked in that you posted a photo and then a link and somebody bought your stuff. And that's what I did for almost 2 straight years, until finally one day I had a couple of conversations here and there with people, but nothing really consistently. And it certainly wasn't something I was doing on purpose. And I had a conversation that converted into a sale, and cha-ching, little light bulb. I guess that's like $1. That was really dumb. I said cha-ching, light bulb. That's not the sound that a light bulb makes. Okay, well, cha-ching, the sale was made, and then a light bulb. I guess light bulbs don't make sounds. A light bulb went off in my head about the fact that the DM is where the sales happen. Now, don't get me wrong. If you are a mega influencer and you already have credibility and you can post links and get away with people buying things from you, rock on with your bad self, because that is amazing. But most people are not there. And I will tell you, even people who are making 6 and 7 figures in their business are typically not there. They cannot post links and just have people buy stuff. And if you're in network marketing, most of the time, if that is the case where people are posting things and people are buying them immediately, it's people that are already in their own business. So they're already team members and they're already bought into the idea. But actually getting a sale from someone requires a little bit of an exchange. And we, as network marketers or anybody in sales, whether you're an influencer or not, you should be happy to have that conversation with somebody. Could you imagine if stores never had any salespeople ever? It was just like, here's what you get. That's it. Tough. If you have a question, you're SOL, right? Some of you, maybe if you're introverts, that might be your dream. So I guess that's probably a terrible analogy for some of you. But there needs to be a venue where people can ask questions, because you're never going to be able to pre-address everything. You're never going to be able to, take care of all the objections beforehand. And so oh, by the way, sometimes people need a little bit of a nudge, and that all happens in the DM for a lot of reasons. But I'm going to share with you, so once I had that light bulb moment, I tested DMs. I probably made every mistake in the book, no joke. And so I'm going to share with you what I've learned and how I am able to make sales in the DM now, and how you can too if you're not already there. So why do you want to DM people? So first of all, DMing isn't necessarily all about sales. DMing is where deep personal connections are made. And this is where you can build that know, like, and trust factor on Instagram. This is where you can start conversations. This is where you can reply to conversations that other people start with you. This is where a lot of times, ultimately, I find out if there's a pain point. So if you've listened to this podcast or Instagram television or anything like that I put out, you've probably heard me talk about the buy cycle, not a bicycle like one that you ride. The buy cycle, B-U-Y space C-Y-C-L-E, or the buying cycle. And the buy cycle is, all that basically is that there's a sliding scale of people being ready to purchase, okay? So basically, when you don't know that you have a problem and you're not aware that this is even a thing in your life that you might need to solve, you're not going to be ready to buy. When you know that you have a problem, but you're not quite sure what the solution may be, that's when you're getting warmer. That's what we call a warm market or a warm lead. They know that there's a problem. You know that they know that there's a problem, but they're not quite sure what the product is or what the service is or what the opportunity is that's going to help them solve that problem. And so it's up to you to show them that way, that product, service, or opportunity. Hot traffic, hot market, hot leads are when they know what the problem is and they know that there's a solution. They know exactly what that solution is. They just haven't bought it yet. So that's when it just takes a little nudge to push that person into the purchasing, like just a little bit of a suggestion, a call to action, a strong offer, maybe a little enticement through scarcity or a sale or something like that to make that person a purchaser. But when you are on Instagram, a lot of times you can figure out where on that spectrum that person is. And so here's something that's really important to understand about marketing, specifically about network marketing. And this is why network marketers get a bad rap, is because they don't understand the buy cycle. So you got a lot of people out there that are very well-meaning that just want to find customers. So they don't care where their customers are, where their potential customers are on that sliding scale. So they're going to make an offer to literally everybody that they see. And there's something to be said for that as a method. It's the scorched earth method, right? It will work eventually if you do it enough. But the problem is that the people who don't even know that they have a need, they are annoyed that you made them an offer because they don't have a desire. They don't even know that they have a problem, nor do they have a desire to solve it. And so you guys know what I'm talking about. If you've ever had somebody do this to you, you know how annoying it is. I'll give you an example. I just had this happen to me today, actually yesterday. So I was in my Instagram stories and I was sharing how I was able to use some essential oils to get rid of the sinus issues that I had due to all the beautiful cherry blossoms that are going on, blooming here right now in Washington, D.C. And I was sharing how I use that particular product to like basically help relieve the symptoms of all this, gross seasonal stuff that's going on in the air. And I got 3 different people messaging me about solutions. Hello, fools. Okay, I say that with all due love, right? I just told you that I found a solution and I was sharing it with you guys. And then someone is like, well, but have you tried blah, blah, blah? No, dude, I just told you I found something that works. I'm not in the market for it. But people want, it comes from a good place, right? It comes from a good place. It comes from people being eager. So I get it. But the thing is that I'm not on the scale of wanting to find a solution because I already have a solution. So that was a way super left field tangent. That was crazy tangent of what I mean is that you can use the DM feature to figure out what people's pain points are. You can have a conversation. You can ask them questions. Hey, do you struggle with blah? Or tell me about whatever it is that you're trying to talk to the person about. This is so often how I find out about people's pain points. And then once they tell me that they have a pain point, then all I do is just say, hey, I don't know if you're looking for the solution for that, but do you mind if I share with you what I use or what my friend Sally uses or whatever, the product that I have that will help you with that pain point. But without figuring out the pain point, you're offering, not you, of course, because you guys are smarter than that, but you don't want to offer solutions without understanding the pain point, specifically not in the DM. So if there's anything that I can give you, don't DM offers without knowing pain points. That is rule number 1, okay? So, but back to why you would want to use DMs. So you can, again, personal connections, starting conversations, finding out if there's a pain point. Basically, you can find and make new friends. I make new friends through the DM. I can't tell you how many people I've connected with. And so this really is a strategy that I think is probably underutilized, which is kind of shocking to me, but I do understand it because it took me a couple years to figure this out as well. So I'm going to give you guys, the secret cheat code. Finding new friends on Instagram is actually really easy when you're not stressed out about making a sale. When you are unattached to the outcome and when you're genuinely looking to just make connections, finding friends on Instagram is actually very easy. You find people that you like, find people that are exciting to you or that you find yourself watching their stories all the time, and just direct message them and just say, hey, I love the content that you're putting out, or so cool that you shared XYZ. Thanks so much. I'd love to see more of that. Who doesn't want to get a message like that, right? I love getting messages like that. I love it when people are like, I love watching your stories. I'm like, oh, I love you. It makes me like that person better. It's just human nature and emotion. So you can find new friends just by complimenting people, commenting on their stuff, asking them questions, not cheesy questions what are you on Instagram for? You should see some of the dumb questions that I get. But really asking questions that you are genuinely interested in hearing about, questions that you would ask a friend, questions that you would ask someone if you were having coffee with them or something like that, right? Those are the kind of questions that are great to ask in the DM. And then just engaging with people, commenting on their stuff, adding value, giving tips, sharing experiences. When people put calls to action on their Instagram feeds or ask you to message them in their stories, engage. This is how you get to know people. Now, this definitely takes time. So if you're looking for the secret Instagram hack to get to, 6 figures in 2 months, this probably isn't it. I don't know that exists. I hate to share, that news with you, but it definitely takes time, but not a whole lot of time. You guys know, I have a full-time job. I'm building a network marketing business. I have a lot of responsibilities and things going on in my life. I probably spend maybe 15 minutes a day, maybe 30 minutes if I have the time, DMing people. I've been DMing people like crazy just because people are DMing me because I asked them to this past couple weeks, or these past couple weeks. But normally it's about 15 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, right? And so it doesn't take a lot of time. Now, some of you guys are going to say, well, how do I prospect on Instagram? Here is my advice for that. My advice is that you shouldn't prospect the way that you might have been taught on Facebook to do the same thing on Instagram. Don't come out with the hey girl message, because those are annoying. Again, they're well-meaning. I got it. They're well-meaning. But the hey girl message is all about just randomly messaging people and saying, hey girl, I love your profile. You're so cute. I love your dress. Hey, would you like to buy my shake? Like, no, nobody wants that. Remember, we've got to figure out the pain points. So use the DM to just actually talk to the person. And that might take a little while. Now, if you want to get to the question earlier, by all means, but ask a question related to a pain point. Do you struggle with XYZ? Like, just simple. That's it. Not, do you struggle with XYZ? If so, I've got the best thing on the planet for you. Like, none of that cheesy nonsense. Like, just talk like a human and ask them about their pain points. But I'm kind of getting down a rabbit hole. What I mean is that the stuff that you might have been taught on Facebook probably doesn't work as well on Instagram, just because Instagram is a visual platform and a lot of people really are there to make genuine connections, inspire each other, and things like that. So I would focus on a couple different actions if you're looking to build your business over the DM. I would try to find the pain point first. And there's a couple ways that you can do this, okay? So you can talk about pain and struggle in your feed, and then the people that respond to that or comment there, you can actually DM them back. Okay, that's kind of tip number one. You can use Instagram stories to talk about pain points and get people to respond to you either in direct message or in a poll or in a question. This is what I do religiously to grow my business. I ask about pain points and then I direct message people back. This works beautifully, beautifully, beautifully. And you can just have people tell you about things by asking them questions when you're engaging with them, right? After you've built a little bit of a relationship. So those are very simple ways that you can ask for people to basically raise their hand and tell you that they've got a struggle that you have a solution for. And then you can engage in a genuine direct message. So a couple more tips when you're actually DMing them, and I cannot stress this enough. Just talk like a human, man. I mean, I can give you scripts. I definitely, in the Instagram course that I have a couple kind of starter scripts for people who don't really know where to start, but I always encourage people to take those scripts and make them their own. And of course, you use judgment for each situation. You should never be cutting and pasting messages in the DM. I think that that's just not, like, people will tell, they just know when you've cut and pasted messages. And so I just think that's a little bit strange. But you can get people to raise their hand and kind of select into a direct message conversation. And there you can make an offer, right? So if they've told you that they had a pain point and you're like, hey, would you like to know more? Would you like to see something? Whatever it is that you're offering, would you be interested in the course? Then when they say yes, then you send them the info and then keep talking to them about it. But like I said, I go over a lot of this kind of stuff and I give people starter scripts in the course, but it's really just a jumping off point. Now, I do recommend that you can put some like prompt lines in the notes section of your phone or keyboard shortcuts or things like that, but definitely don't cut and paste. I mean, man, I've had messages where people have called me like the wrong name because they've obviously cut and pasted that message to someone else. Like, that's just not cool, right? You're not going to make sales that way. Because now I know that you're just treating me like a number, and I really don't want that, nor does anybody else. So anyways, so those are my best DM tips. Let me look at my notes real quick and make sure I've covered everything. You know, Instagram is so much easier to have those conversations on just as a platform versus Facebook. Like, how many of you guys know what I'm talking about? If someone Facebook messages you that you don't know, you probably don't even check that message, right? Let alone respond. The chances of you responding to that message are pretty much nothing. Unless it's really good or, you know, that's kind of what you've been trained to do to build your business. But on Instagram, I can message famous people, I can message influencers, I can message neighbors, I can message random people that I find through hashtags or people that I found through local hashtags or people that have commented on other people's posts, people that other people have tagged. Like, I can message pretty much anyone, and it is a pretty darn good chance, depending on what I'm messaging them, that they're going to respond, at least with an emoji or something, right? They're going to respond in some way. And that's the incredible power of Instagram. It flattens, it just flattens the world, really, but it increases our ability to make connections and to really serve others, because that's what we're here to do, right? We're here to impact people by sharing our product, service, or opportunity. And the way we do that is through personal connection, sharing one of those things, the product, service, or opportunity, letting people know that we're here for them, and then putting our arms around them kind of virtually and saying, look, we've got a community that can help you, that not only can help you with a product, service, or opportunity, but is going to give you culture and community and love and events and connection and all the things that so many human beings are looking for these days, right? Let's not discount that. It's just not all about the product. A lot of it is just community and belonging and culture and connection and all these lovely things that you can convey in the DM. So I hope that helps you guys. I hope that this gives you the courage to DM some people. You're going to screw it up if this is the first time that you've been doing this. Don't worry about it. Move forward imperfectly. Do it fearlessly. Don't worry about it. Like, there's how many other billion people on Instagram that you can talk with if you screw it up with a couple people and they get pissed off. Not a big deal. Have an abundance mindset and be willing to give, and give of yourself, give of your time. Not too much, but give a certain amount of time each day to just sharing positivity and things with the people that inspire you, and it will come back in return for you, I promise. So thank you guys so much. As always, if you're inspired by this, I would love it if you screenshot this and then tag me in Instagram stories and let me know what you learned. And if you are looking to deepen our connection, you can DM me for sure. And if you're looking for someone to partner up with, I have a new website, workwithsoraya.com. Feel free to go over there. And if you think that we might be a good fit, by all means, check that out. I am not currently taking any more coaching clients, so this is not a website about coaching. It is for working with me on my team. So if you guys are into that, if you're looking for a network marketing opportunity to sink your teeth in and you want to be personally mentored by me, workwithsoraya.com is the place to be. All right, guys, thank you so much. I will talk to you soon. Bye. Hey friends, I hope you enjoyed Secrets to Marketing Your Wellness MLM. Before you go though, I have something for you. If you are looking to grow your audience online via social media so that you can have people getting excited about your products and reaching out to you to learn more, then you need my cheat sheet that has 50 health and wellness Facebook Live topics that will attract an audience to you. It also walks you through the secret 4-part formula that you can follow on both Facebook and Instagram that is proven to have people reaching out to you. And when you get it, I am also sending you guys an audio file for those of you who love to listen to the information on the go. You can get both of those things at www.sorayagoddard.com/podcast. Again, that's sorayagoddard.com/podcast. SORAYAGODDARD.com/podcast. Thanks so much. Chat soon.